Hello everyone. You might have seen my previous review of the GoPro remote, now called the remote, and if you want to check that out you can check it here. I had a lot of issues with this remote and I had a lot of cons about it, and you can see all of that review and rant there. Today I'm not going to do that again. Today I'm going to try something else, and that's going to be the firmware upgrade for this remote, as it seems that GoPro has pushed a firmware update kind of silently, because it wasn't announced, but you can find the firmware. The firmware was released just about 2 weeks ago, and it has the version number 1.2.0, which is actually the same as on this remote. And if I will be able to start it, as this remote has a starting problem, it might work this time. So there you go, it's 1.2.0, and to update the firmware you need to do the following steps. First, you need to connect the remote to the camera and be sure that they are working together. Then I'm going to power off the remote. Now I'm going to remove the memory card from the GoPro, and also you are going to need a micro SD card reader, and we are going to copy the file on the root of the SD card. And I'm going to select the firmware, I'm going to click on copy, then I'm going to go to the memory card and I'm going to paste it here. And now I'm going to safely disconnect the memory card, the card reader. And now I'm going to insert the card back and also the battery. I'm going to start the camera. I'm going to wait for it to start. And now I'm going to power on the remote. And there should be some magic happening. And there's nothing happening, so we should try to turn off the remote and turn it back on. And nothing is happening, so probably the update will not run unless you have an older version on the remote. So kind of useless. If your remote has a firmware bug, you cannot re-upload the firmware like you were doing on the GoPro Hero cameras previously. So this becomes very puzzling because as you can see, the release date is rather recent. The version is the same as is on the remote, and it should come with some improvements. Well, I guess the improvements should be already on the remote. That's why it works as good as it works in my previous video. Until my next one, see you and bye bye.